taking donkey to the water.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring a bucket of water to the donkey?
Oh, Yasir himself has been a facilitator.
Yeah, you know this, right? You're facilitating.
I remember that. They don't tell me I will not say that here. Okay, please.
Stage everything is
Yes.
draining your social
Yes.
battery. Like, you know,
Yeah, I remember that. I know what you're pointing to.
Basically, you shit your pants.
I don't want to say this in front of camera, but you feel like your clothes are removed. I don't want to use that word, but like you feel like that. Facilitation in your normal life. Like I've watched one of the movie. The guy was like, bring the chocolate, and he said like, hey, she's angry. Like, yeah, I'll bring a chocolate for you. Will that work for you?
I don't think that's called facilitation.
Then what is facilitation? Hello everyone, welcome back X to 10X, and I'm your host Yasir Rizvi. Today we have two masterminds behind the team building. These people are specialized in changing the office talk to a tug of war session. If you want to know that how you want to play a grown-up people with balloons in their hand, and if you want to see how they do a team building and they still call it professional development, let's give a deep dive. Please buckle up and welcome Meesha Srikala and Rausch from Boardroom X. Hi everyone.
hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, guys?
Doing good.
Pretty good, yes.
Pretty good.
Pretty nice. What is this Boardroom X? Like the name born with some frustration, with some rebellion, or how this name came in your mind?
It's my question, yeah? You're
Yeah,
always
go ahead.
passing on the question to me. Okay. Nothing about rebellion.
How did you know she passed the question to you?
It's just something many people have asked this question to us, that why Boardroom X. It's a very funny and witty twist on the boardroom settings.
Okay.
That's there. They're typically very boring, right? So that's what people pass on as a question to us, that why this particular name. And I knew it was coming because this has happened in the past always.
Okay.
So
That's nice.
Boardroom X, the name was not born out of any kind of rebellion. It was one of those late night talks where we were like, what should we name our company? It should be fun, it should be catchy, but it should be easy. I think that's something that's born and ingrained in everything that we do at Boardroom X. So the name came out of the boardroom sessions that are technically boring, and we put that witty twist onto the name, and the X stands for experiences for the boring rooms. So Boardroom X.
Okay, so this is how it started, right? So bringing both of you in the podcast was itself a team building exercise, or it was like, how was it?
You take this one.
Yeah, I honestly kind of didn't believe in podcasts much. So I think it was a little bit of a juggle to bring both of us in. She is quite comfortable. She has to be. If one of us is the difficult one, she makes the other things easy. So that's how we complement each other. So yeah, that's how it is.
And what was the difficulty you faced while coming to this podcast?
I think the first difficulty was convincing her.
For doing a podcast?
For doing a podcast, yes. Since
I
she
know.
never believed in podcasts,
Yeah.
the first difficulty was to ensure that, okay, you might not believe it, but it's something we have to do. So let's just do that.
Yeah.
So that was the first difficulty. Second thing, I feel just to be able to talk about these things, about us, we don't do that. We always talk about teams. We always talk about our clients, what were their interactions. So for me, I think, how do we start talking about us? It's been 2 years and we haven't done that ever. Even our website has one lousy about us page. That's all.
Yeah, okay. So team building that starts from your home, it says that, right? Then to the corporate world. You guys have must dealt with like one person, which I can see 250 to 200, 300 people, right? What was the biggest challenge in the corporate world you guys have faced so far?
There are many different challenges along the way. I mean, it's been longer that we are doing team buildings. It's been 7 to 8 years now. And sometimes authorities don't allow something to be done. Sometimes clients, organizers believe something is good, but we believe something else is good for the team on a bigger level. Convincing them or bridging that gap is a challenge. Another persistent challenge is team organizers saying that let's do a team building. Why don't you let them go outside and just play some games? And us trying to convey that lunch, stationary games are not team building. So telling them the difference between games, playing games together and building teams. So this gap is also a persistent challenge.
But don't you think like if they go out and play a game in a magic planet somewhere or in a game zone, that's also a team building?
It is a team building, but it's not facilitated. How do we draw out conclusions? You need a facilitation there. That's where we come in. And we feel that it has to be, I wouldn't say entirely a controlled environment. It's a very thin balance of controlling the environment while letting people be free. So if we want to do games, it has to be structured where there is a skeleton to it, but not, tying every aspect to the other. That's not the case. It has to have a start, middle, end, but it needs to let people free. It needs to have some elements, some behaviors we feel will definitely come out, and then we draw out conclusions later. That has to be there for it to be a team building. Otherwise, it's games.
Okay, so for
I'll
me,
give you an easier way to understand. You, 4 people, your team, you're going out for bowling session. Okay, you guys bowled for an hour or two. All right, you come back. Wow, what a day! What a relaxed day. Right, next day you're like, oh, I'm feeling refreshed. I had a great bowling day. And hey, you talk a little bit about yesterday. How the bowling day went and what jokes couple of people made. Right. What team building does is put them through a difficult situation, study their behavior, accept that behavior and communicate that behavior to the other teammates. So during work, when a difficult situation comes, or towards the productivity, if there is a challenge, you know how your team is gonna behave. You know how your team usually responds, right? So you are more ready for the response and you know how to direct it towards the results. So that's where the change is.
So let's take an example what Meesha said, that we go for a gaming zone, but we structurize it and then we facilitate it. So it will turn into team building. That's what I understand, correct?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much, yes. There needs to be a structure, but again, it cannot happen. I wouldn't say cannot. It might not be as effective in a gaming zone. There are multiple stimulators.
I think it can be as
It can
effective.
be.
You just need a facilitator there who's able to analyze teams, observe
Definitely.
teams, write down their behaviors, and help them see how they can make the best of it. So yeah, you just need a facilitator. Gaming zones, any place. This room, having you get ready for the podcast. Putting your team on a simple task is getting the podcast set ready. That is a team building itself, right?
all
You
about
just need
gamification.
one person who's observing who's doing what, who's willing to do, who is doing it out of money, for money, who's doing it out of skill, who is trying to learn more things. All those things as a facilitator you observe and then you make the best out of it.
Okay. So like when it comes to team building, do you have any generic program for everyone and you give it to everyone, or there is something you study first and then you suggest? Like let's take an example, I have a team and I have some specific problem in the team. So how do you address that?
I think this starts from the first call we make to our client. So we never have a set of activities that we just send it out to every and anybody. You say team building, we send out all 5. That doesn't happen. We will ask you multiple questions I think to an extent where clients are getting a bit irritated also, that why so many questions. But then we place every activity to the objective that they really, really want. So for example, there can be an activity that probably focuses on 3 different kinds of problem statements, say change management, collaboration, communication. It could focus on all 3. But the way of facilitation, the way of explanation, the variations that we make within the activity will focus on one objective to the core. So that's what makes the difference. So let's just say a client comes to me and says that I want a collaboration specific activity. I'll pitch that particular activity, for example, the big canvas challenge, because it's very focused on collaboration. But I'll pitch it according to collaboration only, not the other aspects that the activity also focuses.
I was going through your website. I found some activities like Domino's challenge, right? It's a rally effect. How does that work?
You want to go for this?
No.
Okay. So the knock-on effect or the domino rally, in easy terms, is an activity which is based on a concept called chain reaction by Rube Goldberg. Okay. What it says is, just like domino rallies, how people make a rally with small domino chips. Okay. You trigger one, it triggers the other one, it triggers the third. And the objective is the starting domino rally should trigger everything in line for the last domino rally to fall as well. That's domino effect. Okay. The only thing how it works out is it's very strong on collaboration,
Right.
and it's extremely strong on change management. Okay. So initially, the group of, let's just say 50 people, they are working in 10 different teams. They are making their own domino rallies on their own table. In the second half of the activity, a change is announced that instead of individual 10 domino rallies, we need one big domino rally, combining 10 tables. Bridges are formed, domino designs are changed, lot of chaos happens. People are not ready to accept the change. There is a lot of resistance, but eventually they have to focus on the final objective, and the final rally does come in.
Okay.
So here we focus on mega collaboration and how people resist to change and then adhere to the change and then get to their objective.
You defined a big canvas challenge and then this knock-on effect on the collaboration side. Very well explained. Rausch, any activity which is very close to your heart and which you think like has the best result you have seen ever?
I think I'd call it, there are different names to it, but we call it key punch, yes.
Okay. And what is that key punch?
So in simple terms, the objective is informed to a team, and they have to follow the objective while being in rules, while following some rules. Okay. There are multiple rounds to it, and it's an environment that we create. Okay. After every round, the team goes out of the room. So we change some elements in the environment. And when the team comes back, they try and go for the same approach again and again. They don't, there are a lot of teams that take a bit longer to flag the change, that, hey, there is a change here, we need to try a different approach to reach our result. We are making a mistake. This is something they don't get usually. So for me to see, so let's say one of the person has flagged has seen the change, okay? But it is so difficult for that person to stop the entire team because they are so high in action. So while he's saying everybody stop, he needs to be louder. Now, not everybody is loud. I am loud, but I have seen teammates not being loud. So they are stuck. They just stand there stuck on how they are seeing what's happening and it's happening wrong, but they're not able to say anything. So yeah.
And how does it reflect in their daily life, in office work?
Yeah, the thing that you hear, right, that it happens like this here. So there are a lot of redundant elements at our workplace that we keep doing. Yeah,
Processes.
redundant elements in the processes that we do. A lot of it. For example, in the flights, if you see the cigarette sign that it's not allowed, and it's been announced around 20 times in the flight, throughout the flight.
Everyone knows, since we are grown up, we know no one, it's not allowed to
Correct,
smoke,
right? But still it is there, and it's a redundant thing. You don't have to do it anymore, right? But they do it. So like that, there are a lot of redundant elements in the processes. things have changed from earlier to now. So now who's that person in the team who's gonna, stop and say, hey, this is redundant. Let's not waste any more resources on it. Let's make it a smart way, a smarter process. So that's what the activity actually helps them think about.
What makes you feel when you are standing in front of 120 or 300 people on the stage and addressing it to them?
The first second, I think for me personally, before I get up on the stage, it takes a lot of internal work. Speaking to yourself, that they're not looking at you, they're looking at a person who they want to have fun team building session with. So have to put myself out of the picture, that it's not about you. So that's the kind of internal work that I go through. As soon as I get up on the stage, I think the entire idea, there's something we have been trained with at Boardroom X also, and we believe in this. I believe in this, that it's all about them. So whatever I want to do, my script, my activities that I have planned, icebreaker and energizers that I have planned, it has to be how it's affecting them, their energy, benefiting them, their energy. So that's what I speak to myself, and that's the kind of preparation I go through before I get up on the stage.
We have seen in your videos that when people they come, they are a little shy. That you need to bring them out of their shell. So what is that technique behind that? You make literally old CEOs, people are also into dance. I've seen that they are dancing in the videos. How?
You are the lead facilitator. You take this.
Oh, everybody is dying to dance.
Yeah.
We just behave as the catalysts to help them, to reach any goals. If the idea is to just loosen up a little bit, you just need to. This happened one time, I was in a bungee jumping area, or an area where everything is jumpy. This
Bounce.
Puno bounce kind of concepts, right? And my friends were playing on the other side, and I happened to just go somewhere else, and there was a little girl trying to climb up cylinders, okay? And she was 3 to 4 years old, okay? And she went up on a level, and after that, she's now fearing it, okay? And there was no one around her who she knew. And I just randomly, out of the urge, I said, come on, you can do it. Come on, I'm holding it. Come on, I'm holding it. She didn't know me, I didn't know her. But she ended up going to the last one, the final one. So people just need a little bit of push. We just help being that push to people. That's it.
Very nice. I can see you while explaining this, you are visualizing it. You are already there, right?
Tell you I'm not lying.
Which is very natural, right?
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
How do you, both of you, visualize Boardroom X in next 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. We have our own visions that are coming to alignment yet, to be very honest, after 2 years. We just realized that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we want to be able to tap more and more people. There is no number, but around GCC, we want to be able to have more and more people say that, hey, yeah, we've experienced Boardroom X. They're quite fun. That's all. That's majorly the goal. Other than that, yes.
I'll answer the next 5 years by going back 2 years when we started Boardroom X.
Okay.
Nobody knew us. We didn't know Boardroom X. What are we doing? What exactly is happening? It was very, I think, nerve-wracking for us day in, day out. But eventually, very recently, one of our associates, he was telling us that, you know what, I worked with some other people and other team building companies or event companies, and they knew you guys. That was a big turning point for me, where I realized that people are getting to know us in the market, and it's that stepping stone for us, I guess, that 5 years down the line, I want more people to know us for what we do, to be able to tap into more kind of requirements, different kind of requirements. So let's just say it's something that they want, we should be able to do it. Just be good enough for that.
Also, I'd love to take this opportunity to share a couple of ideas that I had. I wanted to do world's largest canvas in Dubai
yes.
for UAE National Day. I wanted to have let's say 500 canvases coming together and making a picture of the UAE together. So that was my initial dream, to reach a humongous level of something that we're doing here in Dubai. I wanted to be a part of that thing.
So, if you dream this, like, do you need anyone's support from?
Yeah, Fazza.
we need
That's too much for my on my pay scale to get you over there. But yes, let's say if you get a support from the Honorable His Highness, so what you will do?
I think to start with that, to get his approval, and once we have his approval, to create that kind of vision. What is the final picture?
To celebrate in a huge manner, like UAE coming together and celebrating real big in a very memorable way, Can you imagine it? A huge canvas coming together, little canvases, pixels coming together and forming one big picture. And these canvases are painted by maybe either kids or citizens of UAE or, employees of government entity, So, yeah.
Anybody, men, women, children, older people, anybody. It's like having a piece of them in the final vision of UAE.
So, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Like in UAE, there are diabetes walk. Okay, there are a lot of starts by Fazza has started this on the exercise
Dubai
and
Run.
fitness. Dubai Run started, and recently we have seen there is a mall walk also started like that. So definitely, if Mr. Fazza and His Highness can contribute, so we can definitely look. No, I can imagine now. I was visualizing it while you were saying that. Let's say Zabil Park, one park from one end to another end, thousands of people, and they were just painting a big canvas, which is the big Dubai picture, and everything comes together, and then His Highness inaugurated it. That's
I
very
was
nice.
putting the last canvas, to complete it.
Yeah,
Think of it. It will be such a happy day. People painting. That's all. All they have to do.
The idea is
paint.
togetherness, right? They all feel a part of one country, UAE.
Okay, what one thing will makes you feel on that day? The Boardroom X has done this, or you have bring the people together. You have brought the people together.
I think for me it would be their happiness. Like I was telling you, right? Just imagine a day of happy people painting. Painting is therapeutic.
We were doing programs before Boardroom X, and I think both of us, we were equally happy in those programs as equally as in Boardroom X. So when programs are successful or events are successful, when teams are able to relax a little bit more, or if you reach the goal, we are happy. It doesn't really matter if it's Boardroom X. Trust me, if I'm able to be a part of other team building organizations and see teams build, oh my God, that's amazing.
There's always something new to learn.
Yeah, definitely there is always. You both are facilitators, right? How do you facilitate in your normal life, day to day?
Oh, I'm very bad at that.
I think after facilitating there, we shed every ounce of facilitation and we are like, no, you know what? I will not facilitate in this situation.
Yeah, we behave like immature kids other than work.
Just to let you know, it is very draining. It's
Oh, Yasir himself has been a facilitator.
yeah, you know this, right? You're facilitating.
I remember that. They don't tell me like, I will not say that here. Okay, please. My God.
So you have been a facilitator. You understand that after being on stage, everything is draining your social battery. Like,
Yeah, I remember that. I know what you're pointing to.
Basically, you shit your pants.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah, you feel like, I don't want to say this in front of camera, but you feel like your clothes are removed. I don't want to use that word, but like you feel like that.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you have to conserve every ounce of energy inside you so that no matter what, like behind the space, maybe you're crying, which she has done.
Yes. And
then
out
you
of that, Meesha, you remember one of the program we were together, and one guy was like so irritating. And like I know your energy is consuming somewhere, and that guy is out of that is taking 60% of your battery. Like zoop.
Just that one guy.
That one guy, yeah. So that's
Disruptors, yes,
disruptors,
are there,
yeah.
That's a so difficult moment, right, to handle.
So it's so draining that I think after the one of the programs in Abu Dhabi, it was for 350 people. We were a group of 12 people, including the both of us. And after the whole program was done, we came back home. And like, don't even talk to me.
It's not draining, I would say, because if we were not given that for a longer time, I
Yeah.
mean, even 5 days, we would go mad. So it is also our energy. It's the source of our energy. It's just that it's we need to find a balance. If you just go for a 1 hour long swimming, you want to come back and relax for a bit, right? It's just that shift, nothing else. As facilitation, one of my mentors used to say facilitation is a way of life. I try that sometimes, but I just squeaked. Yeah, I tried that sometimes.
Have you tried facilitation in your normal life? Like I've watched one of the movie. The guy was like, bring the chocolate, and he said like, hey, she's angry. Like, yeah, I'll bring a chocolate for you. Will that work for you?
I don't think that's called facilitation.
Then what is facilitation?
You come across people. You just on a very basic level. You should. It's a skill where you're able to understand what is the real need of the person that you're dealing with. You can do that math using his occupation. You can do that math using his state. If he's been through a long day, and he's just standing. So you understand his state, his need. His need might be just, you appreciating him for a minute. And, hey, you've been super hardworking. Is there something I can help you with? Facilitation is a skill to be able to keep yourself out of picture and to be able to gauge the needs of others and to be able to help them reach there.
I think it's a empathy. Very much of empathy led to a final objective.
Okay.
You're not trying to force a solution onto them. You have to understand where they're coming from and then lead them to a possible solution, but it really doesn't have to be a solution.
Basically, take the donkey
Awareness.
to the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So empathy, trying to understand the problem, taking donkey to the water.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring a bucket of water to the donkey?
Yeah.
That's facilitation.
You can do that as well.
Yeah?
That's
See,
facilitation.
that's smart facilitation is taking the donkey to the water.
Yeah, definitely.
The level 1 introductory, or what do you call it? Beginner facilitation is picking up the bucket and going to the donkey. Advanced level facilitation is just having
the donkey.
Because bringing water is easy and convincing the donkey you can go to the water, it's more difficult.
Perception, actually. If you ask me, just convincing the donkey to get to the water is easy. Picking up the bucket, going to that.
But what
placing
if
his
donkey being donkey, then how will you convince him?
You leave. If you realize the donkey is donkey, then you leave the place.
Okay. So you don't facilitate then.
Not everybody needs help, right? It's
Yeah.
a very basic level thing.
Understand. Very nice. Very nice. Misha, you handle social media of Boardroom X. I've seen, watched a lot of your videos. It's creative. That's my question. Is in this content creation world now, how do you keep your storytelling very fresh? What is one component you try to bring?
I don't think our vision is to have a fresh storytelling. Our vision is to give you the honest idea of what's happening.
Okay.
It's somehow always fresh. It's somehow always very different. And one thing which keeps us more fresh is we go by the theme quirky.
Okay.
On a very operational level, the clips that are on social media, they are not shot with the idea to be put on social media.
Yeah.
They are the memories that we capture of the teams during the events, and we actually hand them over to the teams, okay? And from those, we pick out snippets to be able to show people on what we do in the events. So we don't specifically put a marketing budget to shoot a certain way, or there is no script that this video has to go in the scripted manner.
So those are real candid moments and their memories. They're happy, and that's how it comes so good. And okay, nice, very nice. Gamification. I heard about you, like you guys are specialized in making a game of, if I give you any objective, you can make a game out of it. What is that gamification?
So the thing is, I never got deep into corporate as a job myself. I started this very early on, team building and gamification. So I do not understand the deep information setup that the world has. I have, I just have the idea of games, so I can put anything into fun games. I'd love to. I think she also now, but yes.
uh, to answer and to add on to her, the idea is we were discussing this yesterday, I guess, that the concept of classroom training has been since forever. And people always presume that, you're drawing out an objective out of it. A non-traditional or unconventional approach to it is play. It's gamification. To teach the same, not teach, just to have people be aware about it is enough. People are smart, corporates are extremely smart. The only thing lacking is a third eye view to create awareness, and
Okay.
purposeful play does that.
Okay, and what type of gamification you guys have introduced so far in the market? Any example?
One of the first ones, you are very aware of that, and we got a lot of help from you on that, was a trip. What was that? Sorry?
A trip to Bali.
Trip to
Procurement
Bali.
simulation.
Procurement
simulation. Yes,
yeah.
that. Yeah.
That was one of the first simulations, board game simulations that we created. I think it's one of the fondest memory that I have. Dingy whiteboard,
Yeah.
flipping, turning, writing, a
Yeah.
lot of brainstorming, a
Yeah.
lot of fights. No, this is not how it should be done. I think that's why we came up with such a great board game where it explains the concept of procurement and the policies in a gamified manner with actual scenarios simulated in days and months.
And which one was the next?
I think the one that we recently created, it's
Supply chain.
around supply chain, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So the organizer wanted to have the team experience supply chain. There is an online platform to that as well, but it was a bit complicated. So they just wanted a very basic mini experience of a supply chain. So we created that.
Okay, one last question. Both of you can choose who want to answer first. If your younger self listening to like pre-boardroom version, okay, pre-boardroom version also and pre-gamification and facilitation version, right? What will you tell yourself not to do?
I know my answer.
And you can start with that.
What I would tell my pre-boardroom myself is do not try to control the situation so much.
Okay.
It's okay. There's a very beautiful sentence that I read somewhere. You cannot control something that's not in your control. You can control the variables. So while the whole journey of Boardroom X was happening, my whole idea was to ensure everything is under control, everything is perfect, this should be perfect, that should be as per the processes. Yes. But that never happened. No matter how much I tried, it was always on the feet thinking. It was always reactions that came raw. That mattered the most. It was always how I perceived a situation in a very raw format, right? That led to a better understanding of how teams work. So instead of controlling so much, it's to let situations and actions take its course. And it's just beautiful. The whole magic is amazing. It takes its turn. It does lead you to a very beautiful growth based space, and I'm enjoying the journey.
Okay. And you?
I would, I think, tell her not to take things for granted.
Okay.
It's a long way to go. Discipline is my way of life. I mean, I enjoy. It's a crazy thing, before Boardroom X, I never wanted a routine. I hated a routine. I wanted days to be completely new and interesting and no timetable. But after Boardroom X, I want there to be a routine. I want to sit on a desk at 9 o'clock. I want to start with the gym. So I want to get up early. So I want to go to bed really early. So yeah, stay in discipline and don't take things for granted. You have a long way to go.
Any unique selling point which you can tell the corporate world and everyone about Boardroom X?
Unique selling point. We will not give you something previously cooked. It will be customized always. We will ask you many questions. That's only to understand what you want. And we know you are planning the best for your team. Trust us a bit. We can assist you very well. We can tell you what works, what doesn't work. And you will have your session. You will have the best team building session with very fond memories, a lot of learnings, and a lot of play.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Nothing to add.
Okay, that's wrap up, folks. Very huge thanks to Meesha, Sarikala, and Rausch joining us in our PH Studio 14. And if you think that your team needs some fun activities and a gaming or something like what they said, I tried to understand, but yes, I couldn't. But if you go and visit the Boardroom X website and explore more about it. Thank you very much. Stay connected. See you in the next episode.